Hi, I'm Tato Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing The Letter. Previously, after the whole daffodil thing in the garden and getting chased around by a maid, I guess, Luke gets to sleep a little bit and it's pouring rain and stuff, and Hannah's away at the doctor's because she has a fever, and Luke has to get ready for Kylie to come and visit, and as he's getting ready, he sees a little pretty quaint little blue box, and he opens the box, and it's eyeballs, and they roll all over the floor, and it's gross, and then we decide to ignore that, I guess, and after our failed attempts at grabbing the eyeballs, and then Kylie's just there, outside the door, so I guess it's a good thing we came out when we did, and yeah, that's pretty much where we left off. Alright, let's continue. To think I might be doing it again soon with Hannah's children, with our children, kids of my own flesh and blood. In a few months' time, I'll be cradling them in my arms, hearing the ring of their laughter against my ears, more like screaming, crying, and smell of poop, but sure. It's a tender thing to think about. And despite myself, in spite of all the fears that I will never be good enough for them, I'm actually looking forward to it.
Of course I didn't, you little rugrat. I just had to take care of something before you arrived.
Yes, the eyeballs on our floor. I guess we left there.
Really? Well, I guess that's fine. As long as it's only for work like last time.
Really? Now why don't we go back down and have breakfast in the parlor?
I already ate at home. Papa made one of his tortillas de patatas. He wouldn't let me leave until I finished every bite.
I think I know what that is. Is it the thing with the eggs and the potatoes, and it's like as big as a pan? And it says patatas, so I assume there's potatoes involved. This was his infamous tortillas de patatas. Butchered that one. Those things are a hazard. You can probably use one to bludgeon someone into a submission with how huge they are. It's a miracle Kylie can still be so energetic. I had trouble staying awake the first time I had one. Speaking of staying awake...
Well, I need some coffee in me at the very least. But if you'd like, you can jump straight to dessert.
For breakfast?
Yes! Dessert, please!
For breakfast. It's easy enough to manage Kylie with the promises of sweets, thankfully. The hard part is managing her before she gets sweets, because I nearly have a heart attack when the kid races down the stairs. Just the thought of her slipping and breaking her neck is enough to make me rush down after her.
Slow down! The food isn't going anywhere.
The food is going somewhere. In my tummy.
Not if you fall down the stairs.
Jesus fucking Christ. Children.
Yeah, say it louder so she can hear you. With a shake of my head, I ushered Kylie towards the parlor, an order I made to bring food for us. Whatever breakfast there is, along with a cup of coffee for me and ice cream for Kylie. But I can't leave the kid alone for too long unless I want to let her turn the other room into a slaughter ground. What does she do? Murder small animals? True to my expectations, I've only left Kylie alone for a few minutes, but she's already made herself comfortable. That is a creepy doll. Stuff from her backpack has been left scattered across the room, from coloring books and crowns to toys. She's well equipped to amuse herself with no trouble, though I can certainly breathe a little easier if she won't bring that doll along every time she visits. Narcissa or Cisa? Narcissa? I'm just calling her Cisa. Is a creepy little bugger. It doesn't help when Kylie left her during one. Finding the thing at the bottom of the stairs staring up at me at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, is a memory that won't be leaving me anytime soon. Even now, it stares at me from where it's seated. I'm wholly tempted to just throw the thing into the fireplace and banish it from whence it came. I can buy her a prettier doll, a better toy. I will break it, find a way to get rid of it. It wasn't from Hannah, and I will break it, find a way to get rid of it if it wasn't from Hannah, and if only Kylie isn't so attached to it. The thing is, some antique doll she found for the brat's 6th birthday, one of a kind. My darling Hannah loves her so, and Kylie does try to be a good goddaughter, but she just can't keep her interest long with the wife. It's not something that Hannah does wrong on her part. She does try so very, very hard. It's just that she doesn't quite know how to really handle children. She'd never been around other children when she was young, surrounded by protective adults who cater to her every whim and worries for her safety every minute. When she isn't able to keep up with Kylie, her first instinct is to be strict. Impose rules on the child. Treat her as if she is made of spun glass, like every movement might break her. I at least have some idea from being around streets, kids. I know the games they played and how they think. I know that scrapes and skinned knees are all part of childhood. Even with how I grew up, I had time to be a child and not some sheltered heiress. With Kylie, as behaved as she can be, with her toys and her books and arts, she has to use up all her energy somehow. To run around the playground and make a mess in the mud, or even just fake wrestle for a short while, let her be a child when she wants, I'll say. If it becomes too much, just bribe her with sweets or ship her back to her papa. Problem solved. Unfortunately, Anna isn't quite up for those sorts of things, most of the time thinking it'll spoil the child. It turns a whole playdate awkward every time. Taking the last seat left, I pluck one of her coloring books from the table, see it filled with dinosaurs. Not exactly what I expect to see while it's a girl, but doesn't hurt anyone. What is that supposed to mean, Luke? Little girls like dinosaurs too. I'm saying I loved Land Before Time. It was great. Barney not my thing. Loved Jurassic Park. You know, quit being such a sexist asshole. Dinosaurs are for everyone, man. For everybody. Dinosaurs are for boys. If she wants to play with dolls and cars, or dolls with their cars, what do I care? She once put dolls, tutus on model cars even.
Oh, this is a new one. The last one you had was filled with horses, wasn't it?
Those were ponies, Tio. They're much cuter than horses.
Ponies terrify me. They're kind of mean.
But we went to a dinosaur zoo, and it was awesome! Siri, dinosaurs are my favorite.
I have no idea what that is, but it must be something. I'm only familiar with the T-Rex myself.
I have no idea what it is, but it must be something.
Yeah! They found, fossils of its claws! They're really long! They think the whole theory might be a bazillion meters tall! Even bigger than a T-Rex! Cisa says it'll be big enough to eat all my classmates.
Wonderful. Although, given your size, it doesn't seem like it'd take much for something to be big enough to eat all your classmates. She only laughs as I scrunch up my nose and grimace.
Takako says you're making a really funny face.
Takako says we're making a funny face? Where is Takako, Kylie? I am convinced that Takako is the ghost. And this ghost has just been following around Kylie this whole time. And she's really evil.
Taka who?
Taka who?
Takako, a friend I made.
Where is she, Kylie? I've been suspicious of Takako from the get-go. I have to stop and look around, expecting one of the help to be there. The child does have a way of befriending just about anyone, as long as she puts her mind to it. Yet the two of us are completely alone. Thankfully, she only finds my disturbed look as another funny grown-up expression. That might be a lot more problematic than whether she plays with dolls or cars though. Both the thoughts of Cisa giving Kylie ideas and one of said ideas being a massacre by dinosaur, something I probably need to bring up with her father aside from work. But beyond murderous dinosaurs, creepy dolls, and imaginary friends, I find no trouble with Kylie. She's an energetic and precious and precocious. Any type her age can be. She's an angel if she can get comfy and settle in after getting her sweets. I think it's probably too early in the morning for ice cream, though. I don't care if she already had her breakfast. She doesn't need ice cream yet. We tuck into our waffles as soon as food is brought in. Our waffles because she wanted her own plate to go with the ice cream as soon as she saw mine. A fresh plate of berries brought in as well, which really goes great with the rest of this feast, as Kylie puts it. And if I indulge in the sweetness, I have a cup of black coffee to pair it off with. With our bellies full, Kylie grows content with just scribbling on a scrap of paper and calmly chatting about her week. She talks of her older brother, Rowan, and her parents, how they plan to go to the Bloxland and Berkshire for the winter holidays. She talks of Miss Pink, and I have to shift my legs to become comfortable once more. The memory of my initial meeting with her still fresh on my mind. Yes, that. The only time I liked her. The little brat is quick to defend her favorite academic as well. The woman has yet to offer a proper apology, and she wishes to give one on her behalf, all diplomatic like I taught her. She talks of the sad man in the park and of her new friend who likes to play hide and seek when she's not sniffling in the loo. When finally she finds nothing new to talk about, she goes back to her drawings. That'll change as soon as her stomach settles, of course. The calm before the storm. Because, behaved as she is right now, I can feel the curiosity just radiating off her. There's a restless buzzing under her skin and a question on the tip of her tongue, as they often are with children her age. But for now, I can take this piece with no complaint for however long it stays. I have fun with crayons as well. At the child's insistence, even if I can't really draw. With Kylie using the black crayon and leaves me with the blue one, I absent-mindedly start draw a puppy to the best of my abilities. It's as I attempt to give the dutiful dog another eye that Kylie breaks her silence.
Tio? Where did Tia go? I saw them leave when I got here. Tia didn't look so good.
I've been expecting a lot of different questions. The kid always has a whole bunch of them ready for me, but I can only sigh when she posed this particular one.
She's just going to the doctor's for a checkup.
And as kids go, there are follow-up questions.
And you didn't go with her?
Well, you were going to be here, sweetie, so I had to stay behind.
So she's all alone? At the hospital?
Oh, no, of course not. Tia has Johannes and her maid and a guard. She's got plenty of company.
Yeah, but you're not with her.
If I didn't know better, I'd say the kid is trying to make me feel guilty. I want to say that the little tyke is is evil for making me feel so.
But I understand. When I get sick, Papa and Mama have to leave me with their maids, too.
Well, they don't take care of you.
That doesn't sound right. Even my mom took care of me when I was sick as a child.
Well, they're always busy with work.
Oh, I see. I guess that's no good.
I know she doesn't mean to accuse me of anything. But as her father's boss, maybe I do overwork Suarez a bit. There's a lot of responsibilities that only he is capable of carrying out. Delegation is a thing, sure, but when said responsibilities are legally questionable at best, putting others to the task isn't always an option. But
Maybe your papa is in need of some vacation time. He deserves it, doesn't he? He's a hard worker. I could arrange something for the holidays.
I could cut him some slack. Some of his assignments can wait. I can't do much for her mom. She isn't one of my employees, but this would have to suffice. It'll be worth it if it makes the little girl happy, because just like that, the somber look on her face turns into one of pure joy. It's like looking at a little sun, warm and bright. It's nice to do something kind every now and then.
Would you really, Tio?
Would you like that?
I'd like that very much, yeah! We can go to this museum! There's one with lots of cool trains and planes! I like trains! And there's the local manor theme park! And a monkey forest! There's a kid adventure farm too, the wacky warehouse, and a play barn as well, and...
Whoa, slow down there, Munchkin. I know you're excited, but I think you should let me schedule your dad's day off before you plan a whole year's worth of stuff.
Yeah, let her plan a whole year. There's an embarrassing giggle, but she does reel herself in enough to calm down, which is a fear in and out of itself. It's obvious how giddy she is. And if she wasn't looking forward to the holidays before, like any other child should, she does now.
I think Tia would be really happy if you were with her. You could have told me you needed to go to the hospital with her, Teal. I won't be angry.
I'd love to be with her, but I wanted to spend time with you, Munchkin. And she told me to stay. Besides, I don't like hospitals. They always smell like alcohol. And not the good kind either.
I don't think anybody likes hospitals. They're scary. But you said Tia is brave and strong.
That she is.
A content silence comes over us as we go back to scribbling. Though I stop when I'm done with my blue dog, cringing at how awful it looks. Kylie reprimands me for that because I should, like her. The little tyke goes through several sheets of paper, one drawing after another. I should be like her. I was like, that doesn't feel right. Practicing, she says, because practice makes perfect. Not to mention there's a drawing contest coming up in class, and she just has to beat Tim from Class D, who says girls can't be superheroes. The clay gets a turn too, where we start sculpting food and pretending we're Michelin chefs. Clay, do you mean like Play-Doh? Because clay is something else. When we're too tired from tossing pizza and making cakes, there's no trouble in finding another activity more relaxing for both of us. I find myself invested in reading The Picture of Dorian Gray once more. Often I lose myself in the pages of the book. However, it is rather difficult to do so when I'm also trying to keep an eye and an ear out for Kylie. I've been reading the same paragraph over and over again even. Inexplicably, I can feel my skin crawl when the girl sits with Tarsicia by the parlor's fireplace, humming, singing, though ignoring it long enough to hear only the tail end of the song.
Everything is up in flames, up in flames, up in flames. Everything is up in flames, my fair lady.
What is with her in the London Bridge? Why are all children's songs so creepy? Just why? You guys couldn't make any less creepy songs? New journal. I said next. Thank you. There it be. With Hannah away for a checkup, Luke was left alone to watch over his godchild, Kylie Suarez. However, what was supposed to be a simple babysitting turned awkward when the precocious child began spouting bizarre things. What? What do you mean spouting bizarre things? She was singing a children's song. I guess she did talk about murdering her entire class with a dinosaur, but who doesn't think about that, you know? That's normal, right? Right? Yeah? Yeah. I don't think I can spend any more time with Kylie considering how high-strung I feel. So it's a good thing the Suarez came for her as soon as I've called. Though it is earlier than the agreed upon time, he voices no complaint. The bastard even has a look of relief as soon as they left. Or at least I interpreted it as such from where I've stood by one of the windows, not bothering to step out and greet the man. No doubt, he still doesn't trust me around his spawn. Well, he has every right to be suspicious of me. I am a dangerous man after all. But to my chagrin, whatever, that leaves me with the rest of the day with nothing to do. Well, aside from picking up the mess Kylie left scattered about the parlor. To my immense relief, she remembered to take her doll home with her this time. But the same cannot be said for the crowns and papers littered here and there. First things first. I snatch my own doodle of the off the table and rip it to shreds, leaving no hope that it will see the light of day. Okay. Well, we'll see how the cleaning goes. I feel like something creepy is going to happen, like the eyeballs, or the doll appears after all, or Takako comes, something, in the next episode. I'm Tato Cat. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.